Hey everyone, this is Andy Bendit from the Conan Exiles dev team. A little while ago we teamed up to live stream some building with Barden and started building a tavern together. In this video, Barden's going to show you how that tavern was built. This build requires the following DLCs: People of the Dragon, Blood and Sand, Riders of Hyboria, Secrets of the Dawn, and Isle of Siptah. If you're new to the channel, be sure to stick around until the end, where Barden will be showcasing the final version of the build. The location he chose for the showcase is on the border of D9 and D10 on the Isle of Siptah. So, with that said, let's get to it.
Alright, so first off, we're going to place our base, and I'm going to be using the arena pillars and ceiling pieces. So I'm just going to make a 3x4 real quick, and when I go to place this pillar, I'm just going to lower it just slightly. Like I said, it's going to be a 3x4. And I want to place pillars under these ceilings just so I have enough stability for when I actually start expanding the build upwards. Alright, so now this portion is going to be the front of our build. So off to the right, I'm then going to do a 3x2. Still using the pillars and ceilings. And then from here, I'm going to do a 2x3. If done properly, this is going to be what the base of your build is going to look like. So now from here, I'm going to want to place the pillars on the corners of the build. So in order to do this, we're going to actually have to glitch build here. So I'm going to start off just by placing just a stair piece on the ceiling piece that I want to add the corner pillar to. From here, I'm going to add a pillar, and I'm going to snap that to the top portion of our stair piece. I'm then going to take a ceiling piece. I'm going to snap that to our pillar piece. And then I'm going to take another stair piece, and I'm going to snap it to the ceiling, or the ceiling piece towards the direction that I want my corner. So I'm going to be placing my corner pillar here, so I want my stair piece on the left-hand side right here. Once that stair piece is placed, I'm then going to connect my pillars just like that, and I'm just going to delete the stuff that's not needed, and that's going to leave that corner pillar. So once that's placed, in order to speed it up, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take Numidian ceiling pieces, and I'm just going to extend those out towards where the corners are. So this piece, where it's right above this corner, I'm just going to take some pillar pieces, and I'm just going to connect it to that and just extend that downwards into the ground. And I'm just going to kind of repeat the process until, like I said, I get all of these corners, all the pillars and whatnot placed in these corners. All right, now from here, this is kind of a long stretch, so you're probably going to lose stability somewhere here in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to extend this out 3 ceiling pieces on both sides, just like that. I'm going to make sure that these have stability. And then I'm just going to close this in with the remaining ceiling pieces. Now from here, we're going to fill a little bit of this in, so I'm just going to place... I'm just going to place 2 ceiling pieces here. I'm going to fill this little section in with ceiling pieces. I'm going to leave this open. So if done right, you're going to have a 2x2 open right here, and you're going to have a 1x2 open right here. All right, so now jumping back down to the bottom of the build, I'm actually going to switch over to the stable set now, and I'm going to be using the stable fence foundation pieces. I'm just going to connect these right to the bottom of these arena ceiling pieces. And my game just crashed. Oh no, it didn't. It just minimized. Alright, now that that's placed, I'm then going to jump back to arena. And I'm just going to place walls all the way around. I'm actually going to leave a gap right here because I'm going to be placing a door piece here. So we're just going to skip that portion. When I get to this spot, I'm going to be placing a door here. So we're just going to skip that for a second. All right, so now I can get in here and place my arena door frames. So place one there. We'll jump around to the back. Now place one here. All right, so now once the doors are placed, I'm then going to take, it's going to be the Numidian stairs with the rail. I'm going to place that, and that's just going to snap right in front of this back doorway. And then while I'm at it, I might as well add the arena door right there. Now the front's going to be a little different. I'm going to take these arena ceiling pieces, and I'm going to just place, it's going to be 4 of them, but it's going to be one piece to the left of the door, and then 2 arena ceiling pieces to the right side of the door. Once those are placed, I'm then going to take the wooden support struts, and I'm going to connect those to the bottom of these Numidian ceiling pieces. I'm then going to take a Numidian stair piece. This one is the one without the rail, and I'm just going to connect that right here, right off to the left-hand side of this front porch area. Then going to take the arena door. We're going to snap that here. And then moving on the inside, I'm going to take the Numidian stair with the rail. I'm going to connect that right there. I'm going to connect another one right here. So these should actually snap to the actual Numidian ceiling pieces rather than your arena ceiling pieces on the first floor. So now that those are placed, I'm then going to swap over to the Yamatai build set. And I'm going to start off by placing these Yamatai sloped walls. And I want to make sure that the outer face is facing inwards. And I'm just going to slap these on the corners of my build. And I'm going to swap over to the other side, because when it's all said and done, they're going to form points just like that. All right, now those are placed, I'm then going to take the inverted sloped wall pieces. I'm going to do the same thing and just make sure, like I said, the outer face is facing inward. And sometimes they can be a pain, so if they're giving you problems, I normally just skip that and move on, and then I'll come back and take care of that later. All right, so for the ones that you can't get, it's not a huge issue. You can just simply delete those areas and just replace them with Yamatai walls. And then once again, you're just going to rotate them to where the outer face is facing inwards. And I'm just going to go and I'm going to fill in most of this. Let's see, we're going to place one there. This is going to be the front of your build, so starting from the right, we're gonna skip a piece because there's going to be a door that's actually going to go here. I might as well just place that now, followed by a wall. We're going to do some windows here, so I'm going to skip that. Place another wall here. Looks like 2 more windows are going to go here, so I'm going to skip that. Place another wall here. See, it looks like more windows are going to go there, so I'm just going to skip that. Jumping around to the back, I'm going to place a door here. Looks like there's more windows here. And this was a section that I couldn't get, so I'm just going to replace this with a Yamatai wall. Got 2 more Yamatai walls here. And then we're going to place a door frame right there. All right, so now we're going to add these windows. Actually, you know what? There's going to be windows that go here too. Yep. All right, so first I'm going to start off. I'm going to take the stable fence gate frame with pillars. I'm just going to place these in these gaps that we left for our windows. From here, I'm going to take the Yamatai fence piece, once again rotating it to where the outer face is facing inwards. And as you can see, I'm just kind of placing these right in the same spot that these stable fence gateways are. Now from here, I'm going to swap out the fence gateway pieces with storm glass windows. All right, so now for this instance, I want to make sure that the outer face is facing inwards, and I can't, and for whatever reason, it's not letting me rotate this piece to where it's facing inwards. So if you have this issue, what you're going to do, just go ahead and place a storm glass door frame and just place it there. And then from there, that door frame is going to allow you to rotate the piece towards the direction that you want. And then, like I said, you're just going to swap that out for a storm glass window piece. And we're gonna do this process all the way around where these windows are at. And it looks like those windows were kind to us, so it looks like there was only just that one instance where we had to place the actual door frames. Alright, so now jumping back to the front, let's see, looks like we got another window right on top of this door on the right hand side, so I'm just going to repeat the process again. Alright, and then I'm going to take the Yamatai sloped wall pieces, and I'm just going to form a point on this right hand side. And that's going to be using, like I said, the sloped wall pieces and then the Yamatai wall cap. We're going to put that right above our window piece. Then going to jump over here to the left-hand side. Right above these windows, I'm going to put the Yamatai walls. And I'm going to add some more sloped pieces right to the sides of those. And I'm just going to form a point just like that. Jumping around to the left-hand side, we're going to pretty much repeat the same process. I'm going to add more Yamatai walls right above the window pieces. I'm going to add some more sloped Yamatai wall pieces. And looks like we're doing it again on the back side. Alright, so now over here, I'm going to place this is going to be a Yamatai wall. I'm going to form almost a, we're almost going to copy this side, but we're just going to leave this open. We're not going to add the wall cap on top of that. I'll explain the reason for that here shortly. We're just going to leave this backside just like this. Then I'm going to take for this this right-hand side, I'm just going to take these sloped walls and form a point right above these window pieces. All right, so now jumping back to this area, like I said, I was going to be explaining the process here shortly. I'm going to take Numidian wedge pieces. And I'm just going to form just a hex base design branching off from this middle Yamatai wall piece. I'm then going to take just any pillar, to be honest, would work, just so I can give it stability. I'll just run one straight to the ground just like that. I'm going to connect more of these hex or these wedge pieces to make a hedge base. Once those are placed, I'm then going to connect these stable fence foundations to the bottom of these pieces. Now, for whatever reason, I'm not able to snap this fence piece here. It's because this pillar piece is obstructing it. So at this point, because I have stability, because I placed a couple already, you can just go ahead and delete that pillar piece. And then that'll allow you to place more fence foundations. All right. Now, this is going to be kind of a tricky part. I'm going to add this back porch real quick. So I'm going to take these Numidian ceiling pieces. I'm just going to connect these here. Connect more here. I'm just going to kind of run along the back side of this build with these pieces. And then I'm just going to connect just one right here, right along the side, just like that. Now from here, I'm going to actually delete these two pieces. And that's going to allow me to place one more square ceiling piece right here. So now that all of those are placed, I'm then going to take the arena wall pieces. I'm just going to add these right around this hex base portion that we just previously built. So that's the first layer. I'm going to do it again for the second layer. And these arena wall pieces actually obstruct a lot of these issues that we got going on in here. So that's going to hide that, and it's going to make this look really nice. And actually, let's see. I'm going to delete these real quick because I want to add, just real fast, I want to add this lattice wall, the half wall, just right there. And actually, I lied. I want to add pillars first. So we're gonna do the pillar trick once again, because I want to add stable pillars to these sections. All right, so there's gonna be one here, and basically we're gonna skip one, so it's like every two, if that makes sense. So we're not gonna place one here, but we're gonna place one here. We're gonna skip this one. We're gonna place one here. We're gonna skip this one. We're gonna place one here. So if you do it right, your corner pillar is gonna end up right here at the very end. So I got my first one placed, and so I place the ceiling. 1, 2. Add some pillars. 1, 2. Add more pillars. Add more pillars. Almost finished here. And the last thing, we're just gonna wrap it around the side. All right, so now once all of your pillars are placed, we can go back through and we can delete the pillars that are above this bottom ceiling piece. So we're getting rid of all the stuff that we don't need. All right, so it should look something like that. So now that those are placed, now I can come back in here and place my lattice half wall. Just run these all the way around just like this. Connect a stair piece on this end. These are going to be the Nemedian stairs with rails. Run that straight to the ground. All right, so now I can actually work more on this. This is going to actually be a tower here shortly. But, so I can place my wall here, but now this lattice half wall is obstructing the placement of this arena wall. So the workaround, just take an arena door frame, just snap it there, because for whatever reason it allows you to place it. And then you can replace the door with a wall. And then at this point, take the arena wedges, place these around just like that. I'm going to take more walls, place those around. I'm then going to fill this area in with arena wedge foundations. Because once those are placed, I'm then going to go around with arena door frames, and I'm going to swap out those original walls. All right, now once those are placed, I'm going to take the Yamatai walls. Just going to go around the top just like this. And then I'm going to take, let's see, the Nemedian wedge pieces. I'm going to fill this area in. And then going to take the wooden support struts. I'm going to place them just like this. So they're kind of running parallel with our build. Because once those are placed, I'm then going to connect these ceiling pieces, the Nemedian ceiling pieces, to the top of those, just like that. And then from here, I'm going to add these style windows up here. So you're just going to repeat that process that I explained earlier. All right, so it looks like every window for this tower is going to be difficult, so I'm going to have to place these door frames first and then swap those out for the storm glass windows. All right, so now once those are placed, I'm then going to want to pillar trick the center portion of this 2x2 roof that we got going on. Let's see, let's start off by placing some stairs, followed by a pillar. Then a ceiling, more stairs, extend that down just like that. That should stay, which it did. I'm then going to connect a ceiling piece right in between both of those pillars, and I can go back through and delete this top pillar now. Once that's placed, I'm then going to take the Nemedian rooftop corner piece. Just going to place these just all around just like this. I'm going to cap it with the Nemedian rooftop cap. And then finally, I'm going to take the stable wall piece, and I'm just going to connect these to the bottom portion of our rooftop cap piece. All right, so that's going to complete that tower on that end. So let's jump around to the side. Actually, we're going to jump around to the front. So we're going to do another porch area. So I'm going to take some more Nemedian ceiling pieces. There's going to be 3 right up front. We're going to extend around the side. Just wrap around the side just like that. And then I'm going to do the pillar tricks. I need some more decorative support pillars on the corners of this porch area. And it's going to be pretty much the same thing on the other porch that we did. So it's going to be like every 2. So I got my ceiling. So 1, 2. Place some pillars. 1, 2. Place some more pillars. And 1, 2. Place our final pillars. All right, so now from here, I'm going to add our Numidian stairs with the rails. Those are going to go down that way, and then take our lattice half wall. Let's connect these to the edges of those ceiling pieces. All right, so now that we got the porches pretty much placed, there's one other step to actually finalize these. I'm going to be taking, let's see, the Numidian vaulted ceiling inverted corner single piece. That is a long name, but basically it's this piece. And you're going to swap out the ceiling pieces for these, but you're going to rotate it to where they form a nice arch. And we're just going to go along the back side just like this. Swapping these ceiling pieces out. And then when it wraps around the side, it's still kind of forming that arch, so you're just going to follow the same pattern. So it should look something like that. I'm going to be doing the same thing for the front, like balcony, porch area, whatever you want to call it. All right, so now that those are placed, I think place some doors real quick. So I'm going to be using it's going to be under the stone brick doors, I believe. They're called the reinforced wooden door. So I'm just going to be placing those up top off of the Yamatai door frames. All right, so now that those are placed, I think we're ready to move on to the roof. And because I've added these slants already, if you're having trouble like plotting out what pieces you need to use for the roof, I definitely suggest adding your sloped walls first, because that'll help guide you on what pieces you need and how your roof is actually going to form. And because these are placed now, I kind of have an idea of what pieces I need to do to actually complete this roof. So I'm going to start off. We're going to be using Numidian pieces for our roof. Just going to be placing these all around. All right, so that'll finish the roof. Now, if you're good with that, that'll complete the outside portion of the build. However, we're going to spice it up a little bit. We're going to add a couple more towers to the top, because there's a few sections that they look all right, but they're just not perfect. And especially like this area where these top roof pieces don't run flush or whatever with this. So let's see. I'm going to add... We're going to add a tower right here. So I'm going to delete the roof pieces directly above, like this 2x2 hole we have in the second floor. So that's going to go directly above. So I'm going to delete those pieces. And then I'm going to add a tower here. So I'm going to delete this piece. So it's going to be the piece just to the left. If you're looking at it from the front, it's going to be right to the left of this junction piece. So I'm going to take a Numidian ceiling piece. I'm going to place that here. Place some more Numidian ceiling pieces here. Place some more. I'm just going to kind of block these areas. So we jump inside. So we're just going to add ceiling pieces all through here. All right, so now that all of those ceiling pieces are placed, I'm going to take... let's see. Oh, there it is. Take these stable wall pieces. So I'm going to add a layer right around here. This is going to be a 2x2 tower we're going to work on. And then over here, this one is going to be just a 1x1 little tower. So now that those are placed, we're going to add more windows similar, or I shouldn't say similar, but the same as these, all the way around this one and this one. All right, now that that's placed, we're going to cap this tower with this pointy roof piece. I'm then going to take some more Numidian ceiling pieces. We're just going to place those right here. And then I'm going to want to pillar trick the center portion because I want to add a pillar right in the middle of all of those. So once again, starting off with some stair pieces. We're going to follow up with a stable pillar piece. Then a ceiling, more stairs, and then more pillars. Delete everything that I don't need. I'm going to take a ceiling piece. I'm going to snap that in between those pillars and delete this top one. I'm going to take these single Numidian rooftop pieces. We're just going to go around just like that. I'm going to cap that off with another pointy roof. And then we're going to finish it by placing this stable wall piece. Right, just do one quick fly through to make sure I got everything. And looks like it looks good. So that's going to finish the outside portion of the build. I think the last thing that we have to do, we're going to jump on the inside. We got to add some support struts and some railings around our stair area. So we're just going to be using the stable set. So I'm going to start by placing stable fence gate frame with pillars, but it's going to be the open one. There's actually a reason for that here in a second. So I'm going to place those along the sides just like that. Do the same thing over here. And then from here, we're going to do the wooden support struts. I'm going to connect those right on top of those. And the reason that I'm adding these ones instead of the actual ones that actually have like the actual built-in fence piece, for whatever reason, you can't snap these on top of those because there's like no like snap top point. So it doesn't add like the stability or anything. Those would still work because technically you're connecting these top struts to the top portion. But I don't know. I just like using these better just because it adds just a little bit more stability. Because once you add those support struts, then you're going to go around with these stable fence, the single piece. And you'll these pieces will allow you to actually place those fence pieces. So we're just going to go around just like this. And once those are placed, I believe that's going to complete the build.